99+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and let him know, establish that from the first round that I belong, without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here, and I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't gonna surrender and say I'll slow it up, so I'm gonna act like it. No, he has to be shown, and it has to be early.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight class?
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So y'all just heard the legend, the Hall of Famer, the icon, multi-division world champion, superstar boxer, retired Bernard the Executioner Hopkins. He changed his tune on if the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world, undefeated 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and reigning WBA junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, and will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, in Terrence Bud Crawford, who has 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. If Terrence Bud Crawford can beat another Hall of Famer, as he jumps 2 weight classes from 154 to 168 to challenge the 4-division world champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and reigning undisputed super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has a record of 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. Now, you guys know, as I broke down this interview plenty of times, the first time Bernard Hopkins was asked about this fight, where Bernard Hopkins stated that essentially Terrence Crawford don't have a snowball chance in HE double hockey stick to beat Canelo Alvarez, and it's simply a money grab on the part of Terrence Crawford, as he is going to jump from 154 to 68. He's too big, and he's just risking his life for a payday. That's what Bernard Hopkins stated, right? I broke that down many times, that video, that interview he did, where he made that statement. He simply stated that Terrence Crawford don't have a chance, right? That Terrence Crawford is too small, okay? And if Terrence Crawford was to win, this would be Terrence Crawford making it an extremely, extremely, extremely boring fight. That's what Bernard Hopkins stated. He said that if Terrence Crawford does win, it's going to be an extremely, extremely boring fight, and the fans are not going to be happy. And now Bernard Hopkins has once again changed his tune. And this is the thing, and the reason why fans are confused in the sport of boxing. The reason being is because you have guys like Bernard Hopkins, who says the things that he's saying, and casual fans will latch on to what he says because Bernard Hopkins is, well, Bernard Hopkins. And so when Bernard Hopkins says, oh, he's too small, he can't win, he's at too much of a size disadvantage, and if he does win, it's going to be a boring fight, people are going to latch on to that, right? The ones that don't have a lot of knowledge of the sport of boxing, they're going to latch on to that. The great Bernard Hopkins said Terrence Crawford don't have a snowball chance in HE double hockey stick to win this fight. They're going to latch on to that. And then, if you don't see this interview, and you're not aware of this interview, And you don't see that Bernard Hopkins has changed his tune and now saying that he's giving Terrence Crawford an 80+% chance, 85% chance, 85% chance to beat Canelo Alvarez, because he gonna move around the ring. He ain't gonna cooperate with Canelo Alvarez. He ain't gonna stay stationary. That's bizarre. That's absolutely bizarre for Bernard Hopkins to say such a thing. It's bizarre. What changed? Let's listen to this, shall we?
Life. And with that fight, with that fight,
I know.
Crawford cares about his life. And with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo fighting Crawford?
He said if Crawford cared for his life, he won't take this fight. That's what he said. I want to make sure y'all hear this clearly. He says if Crawford cares about his life, he wouldn't take this fight.
And Crawford beats Canelo. What do Canelo? Crawford cares about his life. And with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo fighting Crawford and Crawford beats Canelo? What do Canelo? I just think that there are so many other fights to make that's realistic. It makes sense. And less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight. And now you want me to do something. Canelo's not coming down to 60. No. Be able to at least have something to work with. Then we're going to see another, what they say, boring fight. And I say a smart fight. I understand the money grab. I understand it's about the bag. Crawford at 26.
I understand the money grab. I understand about getting the bag. Crawford ain't 26. He's 36. Well, he's 37. So it's a money grab. But then, after saying all that, right? After saying that, you turn around and you say the polar opposite. Now you say this.
Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say, I'll slow it up so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo?
Right. That's the confusing part about the sport of boxing. I've been saying for years that Terrence Crawford is going to beat Canelo Alvarez. I've been saying this for years. And now everybody's going to get on board as the fight gets closer, as I told you guys. But let's see how this unfolds and plays out. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.